There are really some awesome roller coasters out there around the world that we don't really talk about that often. And the main reason could be that they are getting overshadowed by other attractions in the theme park. I would call these roller coasters hidden gems because they are very good, but they don't get talked about that often. And I've collected a total of 10 different coasters I think are hidden gems, so let's get into this list. Now the first roller coaster we need to talk about is called Starry Sky Ripper, located at World Joyland. And this roller coaster is actually a B&M flying coaster that opened all the way back in 2011. And well, the reason why we haven't really heard anything about this coaster is because it's over in Asia, in China, and the park isn't really the biggest in the world. But now if you look at this roller coaster or on-ride POV, you can clearly see that the layout of this B&M flying coaster is world class. And well, Starry Sky Ripper isn't the biggest flying coaster in the world because the height is 130 feet and the speed is 54.7 miles per hour. This roller coaster really has an awesome layout that has a total of 5 different inversions. This flying coaster goes through a forceful loop, an intense inline twist, a fly to lie element and a lie to fly element, but the most important element on this roller coaster is the double corkscrew, and this is just an insane element. This crazy element can also be seen on Flying Dinosaur at Universal Studios Japan. Now coming in as the next roller coaster, we got Dra Kong at Djursommerland. And well, I really had to include a roller coaster from my home country and also home park. And Dra Kong translated to English is just the Dragon King, and this is actually the second biggest roller coaster in the park, just behind Piraten. Well, it is actually pronounced Piraten and it just means the pirate. And I really think Dra Kong is getting overshadowed by the awesome and world-class Intamin Ultra coaster next to it. This is surprisingly a suspended roller coaster created by Intamin and it opened back in 2017. Well, the only thing you hear about this roller coaster is that it features a small rattle, and that is true, but it isn't really groundbreaking annoying. Dra Kong is a very rare model called the Suspended Family Coaster made by Intamin, and this ride stands 98.4 feet tall and reaches a maximum speed of 52.8 miles per hour. But what people don't say about this roller coaster is that it really is an awesome family roller coaster. It really pulls a lot of forces and the pacing is great. The positive G-forces on many of these elements are very strong, and you also have a few floater airtime pops. Now coming in as the next roller coaster, we got Diamondback located at Frontier City. And well, I get why people are not talking about this roller coaster, and the first thing is that it is located in Frontier City. They haven't really gotten anything major in the last 20 years or so. And now overall, Frontier City is not the biggest park in USA, but they are home to Diamondback, and this really is an awesome yet very rare roller coaster. This is one of the last remaining shuttle loop roller coasters created by Aerodynamics, and Diamondback opened all the way back in 1994. This coaster is quite simple. You go back and forth, you have this slow-paced electric winch launch, a sharp drop and a vertical loop. But now the airtime on these drops are crazy and the vertical loop is filled with intensity. And I would actually place this type of roller coaster in the top 10 aero roller coasters worldwide. Now coming in as the next roller coaster, we got Formula at Energylandia. Formula was actually the first major roller coaster that came to Energylandia back in 2016, and this was actually the official comeback roller coaster for the manufacturer called Vekoma, because this is where they showcased the new track design and trains. This is a small-scale launch roller coaster with a height of 81 feet and a maximum speed of 49.2 miles per hour. Even though Formula is 1800 feet long, the airtime hills are great, the pacing is awesome and the loops are whippy. But I just think this roller coaster gets overshadowed by the main attractions in this park, and this is where we got Hyperion, we got Sadra, and also the bigger Vekoma coaster called Abysses. This could be controversial, but I honestly think that Formula is a bit better than Abysses. Now coming in as the next roller coaster, we got TNT Train Demina at Parque de Atracciones Madrid. Well, sorry about the pronunciation, but I really tried my best with these Spanish names. And well, instead of trying to pronounce this roller coaster's name, let's just dive into the stats of this coaster. This ride is a family coaster created by Gerstlauer, and it opened back in 2012. This ride has a length of 1476 feet, a height of 55.8 feet and a speed of 35 miles per hour. Well, this is just a family roller coaster, but the layout on this one is crazy and the pacing tops it too. Gerstlauer is really known for creating awesome family roller coasters, and this one is quite traditional with the lift hill, but the layout is intense and the twists and turns pull some strong G-forces. So now if you go to this park, don't sleep on TNT Train Demina. And now coming in as the next roller coaster, we got Fluke from Novgorod at Hansa Park. And well, I know if you're a roller coaster enthusiast, you know many of these coasters, but I think many of these don't really get talked about that often. And yes, we all know that Fluke from Novgorod gets overshadowed by Kärnen in this German theme park. And well, I just visited the park a week ago and I can tell you this much, Fluke from Novgorod is the best Gerstlauer Eurofighter in the world. This coaster really has everything, just like Kärnen. You have the immersive theming, the hidden and awesome elements inside, and also an awesome thrill coaster layout. This ride is so smooth that if you close your eyes you won't even know that this is a Gerstlauer Eurofighter. And now let's talk about the hidden elements. So spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. The ride dips down and goes to 62 miles per hour in just 1.4 seconds. And after this awesome outdoor layout, you think the ride experience is done, but then you gotta be on vertical drop at 97 degrees, and after that an awesome and whippy wave turn and a jump scare element in the end. So this is just overall an awesome roller coaster. Now coming in as the next roller coaster, we got Tornado located at Särkiniemi amusement park. Well, Finland is not known for having any major roller coasters except Tiger, but we also have Tornado right here, and this is a very rare coaster model created by Intamin, and this one is called the suspended looping coaster. And well, if I'm being completely honest, the ride design overall looks quite ugly. And well, Tornado might be the best Intamin suspended looping coaster, and even though the stats aren't that great with a height of 82 feet and a speed of 46 miles per hour, you still have 5 total inversions, and that is great. The vertical loop is ugly yet forceful, the cobra roll is awesome, and after that you have these awesome inversions. You have 2 low to the ground, very slow and drawn out hardline rolls that gives a lot of hang time, but they are so awesome. And well, I know they have a copy of this one in Madrid, but this one, Tornado, has a very remote location in my opinion. Now coming in as the next roller coaster, we got Storm at Etnaland. And this roller coaster is located in a small theme park resort down in Italy. And well, Storm is by far the greatest thing in this park, and this is actually a Mack Rides roller coaster, but it really looks like the Intamin Ultra coaster like Piraten. This coaster isn't the biggest overall, coming in at 105 feet and a length of 2,624 feet. But this coaster redeems itself with the layout because you have many different yet awesome airtime hills. And this coaster has one surprise up its sleeve in the end, and that is one inversion called the inline twist, and this is an awesome way to finish the roller coaster with a hang time fill inversion. And this is yet another roller coaster I think that gets overshadowed by Alpina Blitz, another Mack Rides coaster located in France, and also the other Intamin Ultra coasters out there. And you know, when I say Ultra coaster, I mean the Intamin Mega Light, but they have changed the name on their official webpage. Now coming in as the next roller coaster, we got Wood Express located at Park St. Paul. And well, Wood Express is overall a smaller scale and so-called family roller coaster located in this remote theme park in France. And now the height is 50 feet, the speed is 38 miles per hour, and we also have a length of 1,588 feet. But the most important thing right here is that it is created by Gravity Group, and these smaller scale wooden coasters they have created in the recent years are just crazy. And now Wood Express is no exception. This roller coaster is filled with many awesome airtime moments. And I think Wood Express is the least popular of these Gravity Group woodies because I mostly hear Timber, I also hear Rorasaurus, and I also hear Oscar's Wacky Taxi. And now I think we need to discuss Wood Express a bit more because I think this is one of the most airtime filled smaller scale Gravity Group woodies out there. And now please let me know in the comments if you have ridden this roller coaster. Now coming in as the next roller coaster, we got Inferno located at Cinecittà World. And I've seen in the comments that the C is pronounced chi in Italian, so I've tried to say that now. And it is only a few months ago where I realized this roller coaster existed because Inferno is a multi-dimensional roller coaster created by Intamin. This coaster opened all the way back in 2014 and it was formerly known as Darkmare, and now it's known as Inferno, and this is overall a very ambitious indoor roller coaster. You got the booster wheel lift hill, a tire propel launch, and also the infamous vertical drop track with a 16.4 feet drop. This coaster is overall a creepy yet awesome and immersive experience. The theming during the ride experience is quite simple. You have these rock structures combined with some screens. But I think it works pretty well because we know it's a very dark and indoor roller coaster. And now we've finally gone through 10 different hidden gems in the roller coaster world. And if you really like roller coaster or theme park videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel, that would be awesome. And now if you want to discuss the roller coasters I had included on this list, please remember to write down in the comments below. And now at the end of the day, I'm always gonna say bye bye.